Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very special night tonight. A very special night. The purpose of this speech is a project for the speaker to accept an award with dignity, grace, and sincerity. The acceptance speech is to be 5 to 7 minutes in length and given without notes. The speaker is to acknowledge those who have helped him or her and recognise the importance and work of the presenting organisation. In addition to oral evaluation, I'll be given a written response a little bit later. So, welcome back to the Brisbane Council Employee Awards Night. It is my great pleasure to present the next award for the Best Roadworks Stop Sign Holder. And the award goes to Billy Bob Johnson. Congratulations, Billy Bob. Who knows? Oh, wow. Give us a talk.
Thank you, Vanessa. Well, I'm shocked. This is my Oscar. This must be the greatest day of my life. Oh, sorry, Shazza. I better say second best day of my life, otherwise I might be sleeping on the couch tonight, I think. But I'll tell you what, just to be nominated alone is a thrill. But I never expected to win. You know, I don't go to work every day just to win these fancy awards. Going to work and holding that stop sign in my hand, doing what I love, that's reward enough for me. But it is nice to get that recognition and to think that I was nominated this night against some of the greats in the business. I mean, take Robbo Brown, for example. This man's an absolute legend. I mean, he makes sign holding into an art form. And he still holds the record for the most sign turns per minute, which is a record that I haven't come close to matching. And what about Tammy Lynn Hogan? Where are you, Tammy? Not only was Tammy the first female sign holder, but she was the first in the industry to have completed a Year 10 education. It really is an inspiration to us all. And it's an honour to be nominated along with you both tonight. But of course, I wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for my mentor, Wade Jackson. Now he is the reason why I'm even calling this my profession. And if not for him, I would have given up on my dream of becoming a stop sign holder years ago. I'll just tell you a quick story. When I was young, I knew this is all I wanted to do. I remember being in the car with Mum, going along that roadworks, and I'd see those guys holding the stop sign. It was just captivating. And I remembered I couldn't wait to get home that day, get Mum's broom out of the cupboard, and I'd be sitting in front of the mirror there, practising holding my sign. But a lot of people don't realise it's not an easy job to get into. It's not as simple as just holding a sign when you only have two choices to make. No, you have to do this special twist of the wrist to hold the sign properly. And not everyone who's tried has made it in this business. This special twist that you need to do, it allows you to turn the sign 180 degrees in one movement, like that. Stop, go. Stop, go. And you have to be able to do it in under 0.8 of a second. But you see, when I started training, I struggled. I have what you call a double jointed thumb. And it meant that I could not get the full 180 degree turn out of my sign. Just couldn't do it. My timing was fine, I was getting in 0.6 of a second, but all I could achieve was 170 degrees. And in this business, that's considered to be a failure. I mean, there's no confusion. You can't have confusion. When you're at roadworks, if you can't turn that sign 180 degrees, well, lives could be lost. And I was thinking I'd have to give up on my dream. I'd never become a stop sign holder. If I couldn't make it in this business, where would I be? Would I end up being one of those people that puts the witches' hats down at roadworks? I mean, that really is an unrewarding job. But it was my mentor, Wade, who saved me. You see, Wade suffers from the same condition as me, with a double jointed thumb. And it was he who saw me struggling and pulled me aside. And he gave me this exercise to do that helped him. It actually wasn't that difficult. He said, all I had to do was do some strength exercises in my fist, just doing some tightening of the fist like this, every day. He said the hardest thing was actually remembering to do the exercises, because we often forget. But then he gave me some more advice. He said, every day when you're at home and you've got your beer in your hand, use this time to do the exercises. And you won't even know that you're doing it half the time. Well, he was right. I took his advice and tried the exercises, and within a few months, I graduated from stop sign school, and I was accepted as a junior stop sign holder in the Brisbane City Council. So thank you, Wade. I share this award with you. But of course, I couldn't finish tonight without thanking the company that keeps my dream alive, the Brisbane City Council. They really are a fantastic place to work for, and they make you feel like a family. But it's the little things they do that set them apart. You see, I've got friends that work in other councils, and they don't have it as good as we do. I mean, for instance, at Brisbane Council, we get 4 smoko breaks a day. And my counterparts, they're only getting 2. Not to mention the 3-hour lunches. And I don't know how I would cope if I had to work for those other councils. They make you work 5 days a week. So thank you, Brisbane City Council. You make coming to work every day feel more like a holiday, not a job. Now, I know I haven't got a night, but I do have a few more people to thank before I go. Shazza, my wife, you are my rock. My parents, they bought me my first toy hard hat when I was a kid, and they've done nothing but support me ever since. And finally, my workmates, they keep me laughing every day. This is not going to change me. I am very flattered, I'm very honoured to accept this award, but I can't wait to get back out there tomorrow and get that sign in my hand. But I will remember this for the rest of my life. And I'm thankful that it should be a long time before a computer or a robot takes over my job. Thank you.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Well, tonight we heard from Advanced Manual Speech. This manual is called the Special Occasion Speeches. So what David was doing tonight, he was practicing his skills of becoming a special occasion speaker, should that ever arise in his life, and I'm sure it will. But he was doing it in a very creative, satirical, and yet so truthful manner, wasn't he? The title of his speech, I'm making a good guess, was the best roadworks stop sign holder in the Brisbane City Council winner. Congratulations, David. I'm just going to work now through some of the questions here that I've answered in the book, and that gives me a good structure for this evaluation, and then I'll sum up at the end. So, how effectively did this speaker express gratitude to the organisation who was presenting the award? Well, David, he expressed real gratitude to the organisation because he listed so many things such as the 4 smokos, the great mates, the organisation that treated him like a family, the fact that they didn't make him work too hard, and also the fact that there were mentors. So he really expressed his gratitude by giving us lots of examples. And how did this speaker recognise the organisation when he was recognised the organisation presenting the award? Well, he talked about his struggles and his, he had an obstacle, he had a disability, and then he found another fellow, a mentor, the same disability, and he overcame his obstacle, his disability, and indicated it was a great organisation with great people in it. How sincere was the speaker in his or her thanks and gratitude well, I think everyone here would realise that he was truly emotional. In fact, I was sitting there and I thought he was almost shaking. He was so excited to have received that award. He spoke about all the inspiration that he had received from his mates. And did the speaker appear comfortable and gracious when he accepted the award? Yes, he said it would not change him. Now that is gracious, that is humble. And he was so confident, wasn't he? He was just so relaxed up here. He looked as if he was really enjoying himself, a little bit like me. Okay, what could the speaker have done differently to make the speech more effective? Well, I believe that what the speaker could have done is moved the lectern to the side, because he was totally confident in his speech, and just moved around and spoke. He did this very well. He did have good body language, he did look around, he did use good gestures, have the red light. But if he'd moved the lectern, I think it would have given us, it would have been better for us to see him. So, in summary, speech was highly imaginative, theatrical, with many humorous points. It met all the objectives of this particular speech. David was enthusiastic, modest, gracious, and above all, funny.